Hello everyone, it's Foo here, and with Sword and Shield right around the corner, just over a month away, I've decided to bring you some short videos talking about my hopes for how the announced Pokemon could be strong and viable in battles. So this is a new series. I'd appreciate if you like it to leave a like on the video just so that it gets out there and people see it, but if not, that's fine. I thought I'd start with the sensation that is the puppy Pokemon Yamper. 1. Evolution. It seems relatively likely as the puppy Pokemon that Yamper would evolve, and this could give us a really nice stronger version of this darn cute corgi. We can deduce some stats from the demo, and while its HP stat is looking really nice, the rest of its stats look kind of low for a final evolution Pokemon. It's potentially comparable to something like Munchlax that has a really big HP stat, but the rest of its stats aren't as high. So it would be pretty cool if Yamper evolved into a stronger version of a Corgi Pokemon. Not only for having that Pokemon to use, but also because an evolution would make Yamper itself potentially more viable, because it could then hold the Eviolite, something we already see with Munchlax. What the Eviolite does is it boosts unevolved Pokemon's defense stats with quite a considerable boost. So already having that high HP stat with boosted defenses and only one weakness because it's electric type, this Mon could actually be really bulky and viable in itself, which would be so cool. So that's my hope for Yamper, that it gets an evolution so that it can hold the Eviolite and be even better itself. 2. Ability. I think we can all agree that Bullfetch is adorable and Yamper is simply the goodest boy who tries so damn hard. But realistically, Bullfetch, which picks up missed Pokeballs in battle, will likely only be useful at the very beginning of your game in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and even then it's a weaker version of an ability we already have in Pickup. So what happens is when you're trying to catch a Pokemon, Yamper can pick up any balls that the Pokemon breaks free of. For this to work, presumably Yamper won't be able to hold an item going into the battle so that it can then pick up an item in the battle. And if you think about it in game, Pokeballs aren't generally that expensive anyway, so it's not really too much of an issue to get more of them. You don't worry about missing a few Pokeballs. So for Yamper to be as good as possible in battle, we need a competitively viable ability. With his chonky look and decent HP, I'm hoping for a defensive ability. In my opinion, an amazing example of this will be Thick Fat, granting fire and ice resistance. That would mean Yamper has only one weakness in the ground type and 5 resistances in steel, electric, flying, fire and ice. What a tank! Let me know in the comment section what other abilities you think would make sense for Yamper that would be really helpful. 3. Reliable recovery. Going with the bulky boy theme, out of all the attacks that this Pokemon could have, one of the make or breaks could be access to reliable recovery moves. The best walls rely on these recovery moves, and I'm sure Yamper would only be better with recovery, especially with the other aspects that I've talked about previously making him really bulky. I think the one that makes most sense is Slack Off. I'm sure the Royal Corgis get lots of nap time. Or maybe there's potential for Wish too, because we see a number of electric types like Togedemaru and Minun get Wish, so it could be potentially it gets that. But who knows, maybe a new recovery move will be introduced in Pokemon Sword and Shield that's based around electric types. I don't know, that could be interesting to see. But all in all, one of my biggest hopes for Yamper is that it does get a reliable recovery move so that it can take hits and then recover off. All in all, these would make a very bulky Pokemon which could reliably take attacks, and being an electric type, it could have like a slow Volt Switch to keep momentum. It could be really helpful, and I think it could be a really interesting Pokemon to use. Those are my 3 hopes for Yamper. I really want this cutie to be viable, and I think with these things that I've talked about, he really could be. Let me know in the comment section what your hopes for Yamper are and whether you plan to use it in your games. That's all from me today. If you like this video, as I said, it would be really helpful if you left a like just so that it could get that video out there and people could see it. And also, if you want to see more Sword and Shield content, consider subscribing to the channel and also dinging the notification bell. I don't upload regularly on a Wednesday, for example. I upload whenever. So if you don't want to miss a video, make sure you ding the bell. That's going to be all for today. Thanks so much for watching. I've been Foo, you've been awesome, and hopefully see you next time. Goodbye!